Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic weekend. I want to go over a couple of articles that I found this morning. One's regarding Binance, and the other one is regarding this kind of contagion problem that could potentially continue and cause a lot of problems within the cryptocurrency space. Then we'll get over to the charts. Before I do any of that, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. Let me take you over to Crypto Has an Incest Problem. This is an article by Yahoo Finance. And if we just scroll down a little bit, it talks a little bit about Terra, and what happened there, how that rippled into the cryptocurrency space and caused a lot of problems, ultimately affecting retail investors the most. And as we go down this article, I want to bring your attention to this graphic. This is something that I feel we should all be aware of. And although a lot of these companies are in the limelight now, and they're obviously going through bankruptcy, the contagion effect is still there. So when you have companies like Alameda, FTX that are intermingled with BlockFi, Voyager, 3AC Capital, and some of these other ones, as they go through these bankruptcy proceedings and try to find this money, I think a lot of these companies are going to be scrambling, as they are doing now, to protect what they know is fraudulent activity. But ultimately, if you have your money on any one of these exchanges, or even if you have your money with an exchange, or a company that is perfectly fine and it's doing business as normal, it is very, very possible that company is going to be affected by what's happening with it, Alameda, FTX, Voyager, BlockFi, Genesis, and so on. So just be mindful of this. I would advise anybody listening to this video to do a little bit of research. If your money's somewhere where you feel it's safe, just go a little bit deeper, reach out to the company, ask them for proof of, funds, ask them for proof of, some of the things that will keep your, your funds safe, and make sure, if possible, if you are able or in a position to be able to do this, take your money off these exchanges and just put it on a ledger for now. If you know that you're not going to be using it, if you're holding Bitcoin, for example, and you're probably holding for years, just put it on a ledger. Put it on a cold wallet, put it in cold storage, and then it's out the way, and it's something that you can personally control. Now I want to take you over to Binance. This article is very interesting. Binance Exchange reportedly had secret access to to its US Arms bank account, and they go on to say that CZ had access to this particular account and so on. Now, this is not new news. I'm not talking about the article itself. I'm talking about attacking CZ, attacking Binance. For those of us who live over here in the UK, obviously Binance UK was pounded by, the UK government and the regulatory body, the FCA over here, saying, nope, you're not allowed to do business with Binance anymore. You can't send your money from your bank account. And a lot of bank accounts, including Barclays, one of the banks that I bank with, said, you're not allowed to send money to Binance anymore. And this was just running prevalent, for a while. And obviously, this kind of back and forth between regulators and Binance is something that's been happening for some time. What I find interesting, is that this is happening right now, right? So you have the BUSD problem. Obviously, Paxos was issued a Wells notice. They are no longer minting BUSD. And then all of a sudden now, CZ has access to this account. But what I do like about Binance is that they always attack things head on. They tweeted basically saying there have been many attempts to draw parallels between Binance.us and fraudulent exchanges that have gone bankrupt. The real facts speak for themselves. There is no comparison. Our leadership team is staffed with former DOJ, SEC, FBI, and NY Fed employees who are, and then obviously goes into the remainder of the tweet. You can find this just by clicking this link. I'm going to link this article, in the description below if you want to read the tweet. But I think it's important to remember that Binance attack these things head on. They're always out there. They're always saying, okay, look, if you're saying this, then here's the proof that it's not the case. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that Binance is, hands clean, perfect exchange. I don't think any exchange is perfect, but I do believe that this is a little bit convenient, with BUSD being attacked and then ultimately this happening. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this. There's no surprise that Binance has always been the exchange that a lot of these, regulatory bodies have been attacking over and over and over again, because they refuse to comply in certain areas where they know they're going to be giving up control, of their belief or belief systems or values to a regulatory centralized entity, which is not something that they want to do. So we'll see how all of this plays out. Obviously, we'll keep abreast of these things. And just going over to the charts, we see Binance and Bitcoin have been doing relatively well. You can see Bitcoin has a really nice run up into the 25,000 level. And I was saying that this number one down here has to hold. It's just a swing point on that second impulse. Really nice pullback, hits it, beautiful bounce all the way through this. So what we can do now is we can start to clean this up. There is no liquidity left. That's all done. The next level really is up here at number 3. So ultimately, just looking at the structure of price, looking at the way price is moving, it is looking like we're probably going to continue 26, 27, 28. No real reason for this, for this to drop. Obviously, there could be a potential move lower, but I think that would come off the back of something pretty aggressive in terms of news. But as things seem, Nasdaq took a bit of a pounding in its last session, obviously came all the way down, but we are still consolidating in this area. So if the Nasdaq does hold down here at these levels and starts to drive back up, it is going to take cryptocurrency with it. And so far, crypto's been holding pretty well, considering the US equities market has been taking a little bit of a pounding in the last week. Now, if we go over to Binance, we can see, I've said this many times, Binance is a little bit messier, but ultimately there is a very small amount of liquidity left down here at number 1. But so far, so good. We had a drop, really nice reversal, drop, really nice reversal. So it is looking like we could potentially continue, but it's slightly different on Binance. If we don't get back above 221, 222 and really start to attack these levels up here, it is likely that we are going to start going sideways, potentially a little bit lower. So something to be mindful of. And then obviously we'll keep tabs of these things. Obviously I'm in front of the charts pretty much most of the time anyway. So if I see something interesting, if I see something that's of concern in terms of downside momentum, I'll pick that up and obviously I'll let you guys know. Please, if you look in the description below, you'll see there is a Discord link. I do post a little bit in there in terms of some of the analysis that's pertinent at the time. I try not to post unless I feel it's important. So if you're not already in the Discord, make sure that you're in that Discord, because there is a section in terms of cryptocurrency analysis. I'll throw charts in there when I feel, like I said, that it's pertinent, and that there's kind of momentum changes and momentum shifts. So with all of that said, I hope everyone's having a great weekend, and I will look forward to speaking to you guys in the next update. All the best. Take care. Ciao for now.